Here for the story, not the fame.
Yeah, those,
real as fuck.
Those the biggest.
So anything that you
How was the drive up?
It wasn't that bad actually.
Good drive.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I did ask you this before. How was your year?
My last year or the year so far?
Well, the year so far.
The year so far is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the big difference between this year? Well, the first 29 days.
Hope. Like hope. No, like I was like in a what's the word? I don't want to say I had artist block, but I low key did.
That happens to everybody.
That was crazy. But this year,
yeah,
I actually went back to those songs, and I was like, these aren't too bad.
Wait, before we even dive into it, let's introduce you. Let's introduce everybody to who you are. Well, how's it going, guys? This is Vic Ashton here, Dark Spark Media here for the story, not the fame. Here with another talented person, individual. Tell me more about you, Kara.
Yes. Okay. So my name is Kara Kaizen. It pretty much means like the spirit of the sun is always rising. So like Ka is. It's comedic.
Is it comedic? I was just about to say
Ka is comedic for spirit, and then Ra is like sun, so the spirit of the sun. And then Kaizen is like a Japanese principle that means like small steps for constant improvement. So that's why I got Kara Kaizen.
Are you Moorish? Moorish?
No.
Have you studied?
But
facts.
But no, I've studied like some of them. I've studied like anything like honestly Afrocentric.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Yes.
Right back to the roots. That's all it really is. That's all that matters. I've been meeting a lot of Moors. I've been meeting a lot of Egyptians. Been meeting a lot of Africans.
Wow.
I mean, they're American, of course, but deep-rooted Africans.
Wow, that's crazy. That's so cool.
They're out there. And like the more that I see these people, hear their stories, and hear more about the Kemetic traditions. I just did a video shoot for a Kemetic wedding. Like the most spiritual thing that I've ever experienced in my entire life.
So beautiful.
In my life.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I live for that stuff.
When did you come up with the name?
The name kind of found me, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was kind of trying to figure out like an art name, right? Cause I was like, everybody has an art name. And I was like, I don't want it to just be some randomness of like little this or yeah, like I wanted to actually be like very intentional, and it was through just like me studying. Honestly, like it really just found me, and I was like, this kind of like resonates with me and stuff like that. So that's how I just like studied the language, and I like found out what certain words meant, and I was like, boom, let me just put all this together and make my name. So yes. Because names are power, you know what I'm saying? So you always want to have your name be like powerful.
It's an energy name.
Yes.
You have the raw God in it.
Yes.
You have the sun, this God in there. It's a powerful name.
Yes.
Yeah, keep it going. But go ahead, tell us about your year last year.
Okay, so last year was interesting.
Whoa. Go ahead and turn that off.
But no, last year was interesting because it was a lot of like definitely a year of just like change. Everything was just like, what if I didn't want it to happen, it was gonna happen regardless. It was like you're going to have to come out your shell and just like step into, you know, what you're supposed to be doing. Like I knew I was always supposed to be doing something art related, but I was always like kind of like scared to do it for some reason. I have no idea why, because I never had any pushback. Like parents were very supportive, you know, like so it was me. It was literally just me being my own enemy. But what I did learn was just like I think what was so hard for me to like actually put music out was because I just didn't want to put out anything. Like I wanted to actually be very like intentional and impactful, like actually just like anybody can make a song, you know what I'm saying? Like I also believe that anybody can sing, anybody can rap, you know. It's like yes, like I can't tell you that your art is not good, you know what I'm saying? If you're expressing yourself, that's you expressing yourself. However, I like to be intentional with the way that I express myself, you know what I'm saying? So like that was like my whole thing was just like kind of being like, how do I be intentional? And it just had to deal with like me relearning myself, because you can't like tell anybody your story if you don't even know what your story is. So Yes.
What you mean by that? You had to go back and try
Like
to
I
find
had to like just relearn like certain things about like why do I make music the way that I make it.
what, like, did you lose yourself somewhere along the line of growing
Kind
up?
of, yes. Like, and it's crazy because when I was little, I used to always like I've been making art since I was little. Like my mom had me in tap dancing since I was 3. Like I used to be part of this performing arts group called Nested Living Arts. We used to perform at the Miramar Culture Arts Center and sell out the shows, like performing in front of the commissioner and like the mayor and stuff like that. So like I've always been around the arts. It's just like when you're kind of like in like around a bunch of people who do the same thing, it's kind of just like, this is weird. Everybody's a rapper.
Like everybody's talented.
Yeah, everybody, like it's kind of confusing because then it kind of like when I was seeing,
the real world,
when I was seeing how like the consumer was like taking in like just like music was just like coming out like a factory. So I'm just like, what? Like, so I'm sitting like literally a week on this one song trying to make sure that's impactful, and somebody's already dropped like 3 songs.
4, 5,
yeah.
50. Bro, I know a lot of people that will spend hours in the studio going track after track after record after
like,
record.
I don't know how y'all are doing this. But that also came like just with a lot of just learning, like, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Like, you're you for a reason. You do things the way that you do it for a reason. Like, yes, we're all, we're all just our own individual people. So, like, you can't really just lose yourself by looking at the rest of the world out of, because I also learned that, like, the world is just a reflection of yourself. Like, how you view the world is a reflection of yourself. So if you can have control of, like, how you view yourself, you can actually know how to interact with the world around you. So
I understand.
Yes.
And you say Miramar. I think that's when I first met you at Miramar. It was actually at what was it? Mogul Mondays with Tony C. Good friend of mine, bro. Dope people. You still go out there?
No.
Yeah, I pop off sometimes.
Yeah, I have to
come.
I really do have to come back and perform. I just literally been in the lab, like just making stuff, because it's just like I don't perform the same song all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want to give the people something new.
Yeah, like I don't want to. Like, I just also feel like performing the same song every Monday is gonna stress me out because I'm gonna be like stuck in this rut of like let me give them something new. Also you have to give them something to put them in.
That is part. Very, very true, and that's another way to give yourself right. Creators block.
Yes.
Like doing the same thing over and over
again.
You gotta put something else out there.
Yes.
You're based in Miramar.
Yes.
How long you been in Miramar?
My whole life.
Why you sound so sad for saying that?
Because I love Miramar, but I know I gotta leave.
At the same time.
I love it there so much. Like, it's just like the perfect like center of just like right there's Miami, and then if you go here it's like for London, like
any direction,
yeah, like it's like the perfect central area. But it's like I know I gotta get out of
Where would you go if you leave Florida?
If I were to leave Florida, I would go to the DMV area. I just like it. Like, I used to visit up there a lot. I just love it up there. Like, the energy, the way that they just, like, the community is really nice people. Yes.
I thought Northerners were a little angry.
Yes. They are, but maybe it's also, I don't know why, but I think they're pretty cool. Now, New York is a little scary.
There's a lot of different groups in one place. There's a lot of groups in one place.
But I can appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate it.
Okay, cool. Now, where are you trying to go the rest of the year and the rest of your career?
I'm just trying to make sure I put stuff out. That I really like actually like really, because like my whole goal is just to like make an impact. Like, if one person is impacted by the song, I did my job. Because that one person could tell one other person, that one person tells 2 people. That's like 3-4 people who are impacted off of one person. So it's just like, if I could just make those connections with my music, that's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be very intentional. If I could just make those connections, like when I'm making the music and the music is received, I'm good. Like, because I know that the rest will take care of itself. Like, I know that, not to get all woo-woo spiritual,
we can get into it.
But I know that, like, I've learned that, like, when some things just happen and you're just like unexplainable good things, you're just like, somebody had to been launching out for me, like
that feeling, like things can't be going this right for this long.
Yeah, so it's
but
like
you gotta
also
give thanks
one
to
of
all
those
the
things
spirits
like
and guidance that's around you, bro. Like there's your ancestors, they're always around.
Exactly.
Always around.
And if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you'll be taken care of. Like
you'll be good.
Yeah, you'll be good. So I got the mission. I'm gonna do the mission and let them take care of the rest. Cause I'm a perfectionist, low key.
I was just gonna say OCD.
It's not fun. It is not fun. Perfectionism is just like a fancy way of saying I'm a procrastinator because nothing's.
Those two words don't really matter.
Yes,
How?
because nothing is okay. Here's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Nothing really is supposed to be perfect because if something was perfect, it would stop growing. It has its cap. Right.
No limits.
Yes. So if you're spending all this time trying to perfect something that's not really, especially something that's art, like the beauty's in the imperfection because it's human. We're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I spend all this time trying to perfect this song, when am I actually going to release it? Because I learn something new every day. I learn how to mix better every day. I learn how to produce better every day. So it's like I'm keep going backwards with my growth instead of just putting out what I know now and just letting it, go where it needs to take me. So yeah, I'm just going to put the music out and just let it do what it's supposed to do.
But there's absolutely no, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with like staying in the lab for like a few weeks at a time working on something
I'll stay there for a year. Like
if it's not up to par to you,
then I will stay there for a year, and then like when I actually go back to listen to it, I'm like, there's actually really nothing wrong with it. I was just being picky, like extremely picky. Also, I've also learned like you can't compare yourself to, for example, let's say Drake. Drake is recording in $1 million studio with all this like extreme.
Wow, Golden State is playing downstairs.
Yes, like
let's practice basketball court.
I'm in my room, like relax, girl, like relax. You're doing okay, like.
No, you shouldn't even. No, it doesn't even matter if it's Drake or somebody who just started in music. You don't need to compare yourself to anybody, bro. You're doing you.
I think
and you're damn good at it.
Yes.
And you do it by yourself. That's another thing I wanted to talk to you. I didn't add it to the list of questions, but you do everything by yourself.
Yes.
Like you don't have a team.
No.
It's like mixing, mastering, engineering, producing, putting it out there, marketing, managing your bro.
Cover art, everything. Because I just, like I said, it's intentional. So it's like start to finish. But I've learned to I've finally found like a group of people where it's like certain friends where I collab with and I could work with them. Like we can make music together. We can like, sometimes they'll give me beats. I'll give them beats. Like I finally found that. I feel like that's what was like killing me because like I was by myself. Yeah. Like I was literally trying to carry the world by myself. And it's just like, you can only do so much with one person. Like you are one person. So me just having like to make the beat, then like record on the beat, mix the beat, then make the cover art, then think of releases. It's just like by the time I've already made the beat, my ear is done with that song. Yeah. Like my ear. So when I'm recording, my head is just like, I don't want to do this. So like I had to come up with like a system, where it's like, okay, let's say like this week or these 3 days I focus on beats, and then I'll go through the beats that I made and then make a song. That way I'm not trying to kill myself trying to make all of it in one time, because you could very easily like get over something like quick, especially if you're creating it, like
especially if you're creative.
Yes.
Period. Like your mind is moving at like what, 1 million miles per hour per second?
Yo. New ideas every 2 seconds.
So you kind of see why a lot of rappers go into the studio, spend a couple hours, and just go track after track after record after record. But if they were to stop and do their own thing, But at the same time, a lot of artists, they wouldn't like working with a certain producer or engineer because they're not getting that sound that they want.
Exactly. Like I feel like that's my whole thing. Like I don't know if I could ever have somebody record for me just yet. Like I would have to really like them. Fine. Because like I know like the way that I like to record. So it's like if you're not moving as fast as my brain is receiving this information, we're gonna have a problem. Like, bro, we're gonna have problems.
It's coming. Just like the name found you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It always finds me. Like literally, I'll just be sitting in my room and get like a text, and somebody's like, "Hey, you want to do this? I'm like, okay,
Sure.
then go.
I was thinking I want to do something.
I'll try. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll try everything once. I'll try everything once.
Oh man. Well, I mean, speaking about that, is there like any artists that you want to work with,
Artists that I would want
or
to
any
work with.
any person that been hitting you up?
Okay, so like as far as I feel like I've always thought about this, but then always I'm like, I don't know, because my whole thing is like, if I work with somebody, I don't care how good you are. If I don't like you as a person, it's not happening. Like
the energy is not there. It's not.
It's not happening. Like, thankfully, like I found, like I have this friend. Her name's Styx. Like
Styx?
Styx River.
Sounds lit.
Yes, she's so cool. Like, she's really like helped me a lot with a bunch of stuff. But like, we'll make music and like, it's because we genuinely like each other as people. So it's like we can create. Same with my other friend Bliss. Like, we make
Styx
music.
Bliss.
Yeah.
Is there another person with a? Well, we'll get
We got names, man. Crazy names, man. But yeah, but like those people like that, like I love to like make music with like people who I genuinely have connections with, because I've tried the whole like, hey, I saw you here. I want to do something with you. It's just like, if I don't have that like bond where it's even just like like even if it's just like a basic level of acquaintanceship, but like where I just know how like you operate and certain stuff, you can't do that part.
Yeah, it takes a lot to meet people. I mean, off rip, I feel energy, and I don't know. A lot of people say because I'm a Pisces, but I feel like it's because I'm a people's person. I can really communicate with people well.
Yes.
Like, and I off rip just connect with folks.
Yes.
I feel like it's real easy.
Yes.
I mean, but it takes some time to really learn a person.
Yeah.
I mean, I might burn myself eventually because I am too trusting, but at the same time, I don't live with no regrets.
No, I feel that. I feel like also like I've learned like everybody's not for everybody. You know, like not saying like, oh, you have to be mean to anybody, but like,
or you have to be for the streets or anything.
Yeah, it's just like everyone's just, you know, some people are raised differently, different cultural backgrounds, just different experiences,
different pieces of the puzzle,
different levels in their lives. So it's just like, you know, if you just on some craziness,
I'm not with the raw.
I'm not with it. I'm sorry.
Oh no. So, some music that you put out, like, how do you feel about the audience you're trying to reach out to? Like, what's the message that you're really trying to get out to them?
So my message, or like what I would say that I'm trying to convey when I'm making my stuff, is just to like, it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling, right? I feel like our generation, I sound like an old person, but
our generation, oh my God.
Yeah, they
like to hold back.
Yeah, it's as if like
cool
feelings.
Culture.
Yeah, feelings is like, oh, you're a simp, or oh, this is toxic, or and it's just like you're a human being. You have feelings. Like, it's how you navigate those feelings, whether it's toxic or not. But you have feelings. Like, to act like, oh, like out of sight, out of mind, I don't care. Like, we know you care. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't say that. Like, we know you're hurting.
Like, these tweets would not be coming out in this order, in this expeditiousness. Like,
you
it would
didn't
not.
care.
No.
Come on now. So I feel like by me being vulnerable, it'll give people like that like space to even if you're just vulnerable by yourself, you know what I'm saying? But it gives you that space to know like it's okay to feel things. It's okay to express yourself. Like, it's okay to just be authentically you. Like, you are designed the way that you are for a reason. Like, you're not supposed to have to go around the world trying to navigate yourself because of whatever negative experiences. Like, if the experience changed you, that experience won. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that situation had power over you. So it's like, instead of letting things change you, learn from it, and you use that to grow into a better version of yourself. So
that part,
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, and it's ideal, but at the same time, putting out those feelings may not even be reciprocated from another person. It's not like everybody's out here lending an ear.
Yes.
And that's like the most tough part. A person will not express themselves if they're not being reciprocated.
Yes.
And it's really tough to find a person who will listen, because a lot of people just want to be heard.
A lot of people do want to be heard. And I feel like another thing that I've learned is just like, people, when they speak, right? I think that we try to communicate, and the problem is listening. Like, listening is a very big problem, because you could be telling me one thing and the way that I receive it is totally different because of perception, right? Or perspective, and just like
you're two completely different individuals.
Yeah, and you're having one conversation and getting two totally different outlooks on that. So like one thing that I really learned is to listen so that I can communicate like certain things to people or get certain points across, because yeah, man, communication is like killing us all, man.
It's supposed to be the foundation.
Yeah, some people like some of the arguments, I'm like, y'all are literally agreeing with each other, you don't even know it. You don't even know it.
As many times if I hear yes, we're taking the same road. We're going to get to the same spot. Like,
yes, and you don't even know that you're on the same page. Like,
it's human nature.
Yes, human nature.
But that listening take you a long way. It's listening. Then again, you have to know what that friend is or that person or the stranger is asking for before the conversation even begins. Right.
But then also a lot of people, they don't even know themselves to know what they're asking for.
A lot of people don't know themselves.
Yes.
It takes a long, but that's difficult.
Yes.
It's tough. To find yourself is tough. Some people, it takes years before they even discover who they really are.
Yes. Years.
There's a lot of adults out here. There's a lot of grandparents out here who still haven't even found themselves. Exactly. Or dealt with certain past traumas. Exactly. You can't fault them for that. Exactly. But at the same time,
I think it's
you can only deal with so much.
Yeah. Yes.
Seems like you have a story. Go ahead with it.
No, it's just like, I think I've just been around a lot of people where it's like, I don't want to say that it made me insecure, but it made me kind of like, what's going on? Like, type thing. Because I kind of grew up in a household, like, especially with my mother was very like, girl, express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, be you. Like, if you want to paint this, go paint this. If you want to wear this, go wear it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm very like happy and grateful for like having that experience, but it's also let me like see both sides of the spectrum, because when that moment where I did lose myself and I'm just like, how did I get here? And like, this is what it's like to not know who you are. Like, it throws you off, and it's very easy to get stuck in that whole like not knowing yourself, especially when you have things like Twitter. Like, I deleted Twitter. Twitter is a dangerous place. Like, Twitter is crazy to me because I don't believe that one person's thought should be like the collective thought. Like, it's just like, oh, because everybody co-signed in this, does that make it right? Not necessarily.
Wait, what's a lot of likes?
Yeah, like, it's a lot of likes though. It has to be right.
It's an idea. It's an idea.
I don't know about that one. So, and also, I think the reason why I think Twitter has like that effect where people lose themselves is because, like, if you don't have that discernment, you could take everything and just run with it. It's like, that's not how that was supposed to be implied. That's
you ever met a person who's just living through memes? There's quoting memes every single day. Yes. And they're living a life like they're living online.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
Yes. And that's why I was like, I had to get rid of this. Like, it literally was making my brain hurt. Like, I would get on Twitter and literally be upset. Like, I'm just like upset because I'm just like, my people, get off of Twitter. Please. This is my control. Let it go.
Oh man, it's a wave. It's a really, really big wave, and a lot of people get caught into it. Like,
yes, yes.
But that is what it is.
That's true. You know, some people just say, you know, it's let them have it. You know, let them have their fight.
It's not gonna stop you from making music.
Yeah.
The bad part, it ain't gonna stop you
from
being creative, man.
Yes.
Tell me more about your support system. Like, I hear that you have like a mom.
Yes.
And like really tells you like whatever you're trying to do, like do that.
My mother, let me tell you something. My mom helped me manifest, because she'll be like, when you're on your billboards and you got your concert selling out, don't be thinking you too good enough to call me and stuff like that. But like, she's like kind of also saying like, I believe that you can do this. You know what I'm saying? So like, that always means like a lot coming from like a parental figure, especially when you're just like, you know, like you're the only one in the household who's like doing something kind of unorthodox. So yeah, but she's the one who brought me my first mic. Like, she really is like, if this is what you want to do it. wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna just like hobby it. Like that's why it's also the thing too. Is like it was kind of like a lot of pressure because it's like, dang, I don't want to let my mama down. Like, shit, can't let her down. You know what I'm saying? Like, she used to check on this. You know what I'm saying?
No, is that a double-sided sword?
Yeah.
No, man. Like, if a parent didn't want you to do anything, you had to do certain things their way. It would have been like, damn, that's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
But when they start really supporting you, like, yo, you got to go for this. Just like, damn, that's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
There's no winning.
Because they really are like taking their guard down or like just throwing away like their whole outlook of life. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like she works like a 9 to 5, like a regular job. So like some things she still doesn't understand. Like even when it's like me like going to the studio to like do clients and stuff like that. But she'll be like, you know what? Do it and just do it wholeheartedly and well. Like as long as you're trying, you're not failing. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like the only time that she gets disappointed is when like I like low key be giving up. Like yeah, she hates to see that because she's like, I already got better. Like girl, it's hot out here. Dang.
Oh man, like yes. what type of low points? What do you mean?
Like okay, like sometimes like let's say like I don't know if I just can't get a song out or something like that. Like
the writer's block you were saying?
Yeah, like the writer's block thing. Because, like, it's not really writer's block. It's when you have so much to say, what do you say? Like, you literally, like, when I make a beat, there's so many different, topics, so many different ways that I could come on this, so many different flows. And it kind of actually is like, when you have too much to choose from, you kind of get overwhelmed. Like that's how I feel. So it's like I'll be writing and I'm like, wait, what was I writing about? Like, or like I'm writing like 3 different songs in one song and I'm like, this makes no sense. This is horrible. Throw it away. But then I realized like just take them and like sometimes we have to give our brains a rest, especially as like creatives. Like you said, you're receiving so much information that it's just like if you don't give your brain that time to just like detox and like, girl, go outside, go ride a bike, like go do something, go play a video game, like turn it off, like turn the brain off for a little bit. Like it's okay to just like let it be on just like sleep mode because even when I'm sleeping, I'm working. I be dreaming so much. I'm like, dang.
It doesn't turn off.
It doesn't turn off.
You can only slow down or speed up, but it don't turn off.
Yes, but that'll definitely like. When I feel like I cannot create, or like when I get there, I get kind of like in like this beating myself. I had to learn like to really be gentle with myself because like I'll really like I be hard on myself for no reason because I'm just like I be talking so much smack. I gotta be great. Like I gotta be great, but energy. Also you know. Bare minimum be doing be doing it, you know what I'm saying? They be out doing a lot of people's, you know. So I gotta just it's okay.
Well, you gotta talk your shit sometimes.
It's okay, just let it happen, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I've definitely learned to like be gentle with yourself. Like you can only take so much. Yeah. Yes,
take care of yourself. Take care of yourself first.
Yes.
Take care of that.
Exactly. Exactly.
You only got one.
Exactly.
Filled with like 30,000, but you only got one of them.
Yes.
No, man.
That's crazy.
All right. Where you see yourself going with your music? Let's say 5 years from now. Getting that phone call from your mom, you debating picking it up or not because you got 3 things that you holding on to.
I've always pick up. Oh my gosh, I literally told her that. I was like, if you call me, I'm gonna always pick up. And she was like, you sure? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick up. Give me like 10 minutes to get back to you. And I'll
if I see the call,
I'm gonna make sure I got you. But like, I honestly want to do like international stuff. Like, I love music. Like, polka music, K-pop. I don't know what like traditional like anything. I love music. So like I don't think I really want to put my boxes to just being like an American artist or whatever. Like I really want to do more like international stuff. Like I want to collab with artists from like around the world. I want to do tours and stuff around the world. Like this whole entire world, I'm focused on one continent. Like nah.
Not trying to put yourself in a box.
Yeah. Like there's so many. They about to colonize freaking Mars and stuff like that. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about one place like
Miramar, like come on
yeah,
now.
like come on now. So yes, I really think I'm really reaching for like being an international artist, like where I'm just people in the UK, they know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I impacted somebody all the way in Russia. Like that's where I want my music to go. Like I really wanted to have like a widespread of where it's just like reaching different people and people are impacted by me, even if it's just like a small group of people, but they're really dedicated to like listening to what I say, or even what I say impacts them and makes them feel better, or just helps them grow or something like that. But yes, I just want to heal. Like I really do want to use my music to like heal. Yes.
Oh man, with the sun disc God on your name, bro, you are. That's a lot of healing power in itself.
Yes.
A lot of healing power in itself. Would you put your music into a category?
I guess they would say it's alternative R&B, hip hop. Ish. I feel like the reason why I never really know where to put my music as a category is because since I make my own beats, I don't really have anybody's like music to compare it to.
And you don't believe in limitations.
Yeah, like I'll probably make a house song. Like if I really wanted to, like the even the reason that I started producing, I was listening to like future bass. So like Flume, Disclosure,
I love Disclosure.
They're yes.
I like Disclosure.
Yes.
Exciting.
That was like the type of music, and I love like the way that like the melodies were so like spacey, spaced out. Like,
it really took me away from what I thought. This is gonna sound so wrong. Music sounds like bro.
Yeah.
When I first heard music like that, I'm like,
I could get
melodies,
with this.
The
I could
melodies
get with this.
are crazy.
Exactly. So it's like,
especially if you love music.
Exactly. So I don't really want to put myself in a category, but I would say it's alternative hip hop, alternative R&B. But I'm using jazz progressions. You know, it's just like I hate that they have categories.
That part.
Because
like, what group are you trying to fit into?
Yeah, like also,
where are you placed in this world?
Isn't that like so many genres?
No.
Like,
no. I feel like they keep adding new genres every day.
Yes.
There's a lot of different things out there.
It's so many genres. So to like just pick one is so insane to me, but I'll play the game. You know, you gotta play the game with it. But
I don't know. You're not gonna box me in. Not today.
Yes. Yeah. Like I don't know. That was a little good. But I'll say alternative R&B. Yeah.
Well, that's good. You got any new projects or projects coming out this year that we should be looking out for?
I have a song that's about to drop middle of February. Then I have so much music. Because like literally last year, all I spent was like honing my craft. Like that was like it. That was like polishing. It's like, okay, if you don't like it, fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just be like, oh, I don't like it. This is whatever. Like, and get frustrated. Fix it. Find a solution to it. So it's like
so that's new techniques in there.
Yes.
What things would have you? Yes. Tell us a little bit more about new techniques that you saw.
You gotta hear it. You just gotta hear it because even like I'll have like my friends like she'll ask me and she'll be like, "How did you make this beat?" And I'm like, honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like she could even watch me making the beat. She's like, "What did you?" I'm like, I don't know. Like, cause also like I said, like a lot of things I do are very intentional, but it's also very spiritual for me. So like sometimes
you have a guide.
Yeah, when it's telling me to just like turn this knob, that is not really me. Like that is something else. Be like, do this. I'm like, okay. Like learning to not just like resist, just go with it and just let the creativity flow. Like,
is that like the only time your mind stops thinking?
Yes. The moment that my mind tries to think about it is when I mess myself up and when I get into that block because now I'm overthinking it instead of letting it flow through me naturally. It's like when you're trying to focus on like making it right instead of making it feel something, like you're always gonna kind of mess yourself up because you're trying to like you're putting it in a limitation, like you're putting it in a box. Music is endless. Like if I have an idea, let that idea come out and see what that creates. But yeah, trying to like control creativity is like
Another
that was why
limitation.
it was another that was why I did not like going to school for music. Like
Like, you mean to tell me I need to follow this one person who made music
Yes.
how long ago?
Yes.
Just so I can be great at something that I like to do, that I probably have a
Yes.
different ear for, that
Yes.
most people might find fucking amazing.
That was like my biggest thing, like when it came to like mixing, because I really did want to like. Everybody's just like, you don't need to learn how to mix. Just no, I wanted to know how to mix. Like I actually wanted to know because I loved the art of like how something sounds.
Yeah.
So like if I listen to a Prince track in my car, the way that it sounds like it's in like over here in like my right ear, and then like something's moving around. Like I liked that. So I really wanted to know how to do that. And that was actually why like I ended up like going to school, was because like I also had to
By law.
by parental law, I had to go to school. But I was like, you know what? Because like I tried to lie and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do criminal justice. My mother was like, you don't want to do that. Like, because she's a criminal justice, and she's like, I know you don't want to do that. Even the professor told me, he was like, you're too open-minded for this field. I was like, how you sir? What?
I like honest teachers, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy because like the teacher that I had, he was actually my mother's like academy something. Like, so he knew my mother. Like, like when he saw the last name and he saw me, he was like, what's your mom's name? And I told him, and he was like, she was like my first like lineup of people, and I was like, wow, that's so crazy. And he was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. But yeah, I really got into like music because I was like, I want to know how to like make stuff sound like cool. Like that's an art in itself. I feel like a lot of people should kind of like respect mixing. I don't think a lot of people respect engineers, but you know.
No, they do.
Yeah.
They do. You ever been in a room with a bunch of engineers cooking up?
As an engineer, I feel like they don't respect engineers because
you gotta be in the group. You gotta be in the group.
yeah, like you have to be also around people who like know what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, you know, some things we do, you know, we got to still get our bread, you know. But I'm fortunate enough to still be doing something that's creative, like, you know what I'm saying? So I am very grateful for that. But also, sometimes I'll be like engineering and I'm just like, there's so much you can do and you're just trying to sound like the other like the next same person that we have out. Like, there's so much possibilities that could happen right now, and it's just like, let me.
What format do you use?
What do you mean, like
I
to?
don't know, like FL.
Oh, okay.
Studios.
So FL I use to produce. Pro Tools I use to record. Sometimes I actually use technically all three depending on what I'm trying to do. So like I'll use FL, Ableton, and Logic depending on what I'm trying to create. FL is usually like the main one because I can get them out quicker. But I do like using Logic because like let's say if I did want to like create like a sample or something like that, it's way easier to do with Logic. Yeah, if you try to do that in FL, that feels like the computer about to explode. FL cannot take that. Like, FL does not like Mac. It does not. Yeah, it's a struggle. I be there like, please don't blow up. Please, I know it's a lot for you, baby, but please don't blow up on me.
No.
Yes. But yes, I use pretty much all three. Whatever just helps me get the idea out. Because also, my theory is if I know how to use all three, God forbid that I'm somewhere and I do not have my laptop, I can create. Like, if I'm somewhere and let's say all they had on the computer was Ableton, I would at least know how to navigate it to get the song out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want to be nowhere where y'all don't got FL. Oh, I can't make a song. Like, don't want that to be a thing. So, yes.
I was just in the studio with a couple of engineers and producers, and they were just going ham after ham after ham. Who was it? My dog Lino. He brought me over there to I think it was Audio Goats, the studio that we went to. It was a pretty dope studio, really big, really huge. There's one studio that I always recommend to everybody. You probably heard of this studio. It's called S Cave up there in Pompano. Dope
I
ass
worked
studio.
there.
Oh yeah, Eli and them.
Yes,
A lot of them boys.
he calls me sometimes for like sessions and stuff like
That
that.
part,
Yes.
bro, they be cooking up too, and they
Yes.
go off. There's
I
a lot
love
of
them.
dope producers out there. I don't know why they're not getting the amount of praise that they should be.
Because there's no community.
Well, it's a community within itself.
I know that nobody talks to each other. It's crazy because the way that everybody knows each other but doesn't know that they know each other is like, I'll
Crazy.
I'll be there and I'll be like, I know you. They'll be like, I know you. And it's like
yo,
why have we all not linked up? Like, what?
It'll be so easy, bro. Just get everybody in one big old. Bro, there'll be some sessions like that where some engineers just 4, 5, 6, 7 of them just pull up and just go crazy on one, and then 30 minutes later hop on to the next one.
Yes,
bro.
Yes.
That seems like fun, and hearing them build.
Yeah, that's kind of like how actually I got better at producing. Like I had this friend, his name's Mike. Like now he's like working with like Italy Mafia and stuff. Like he's doing some beautiful stuff, and he like introduced me to like his friends and stuff like that. But like he bullied me into using FL, right? Because he always, I guess like everybody always like, oh, your drums will sound better on FL. I have learned that is a lie, but I like being around other producers actually made me a better producer because it actually made me see like different workflows, just different like ways of approaching, because it's kind of like problem solving. Like the problem that needs to be solved is you guys need to make a song. So it's like different ways that you can approach this problem and solve it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like seeing different ways that people would just like come up with different things or like different workflows and stuff like that. That made me a better producer because it made me see like, I'm making my life a lot harder than it needs to be. like yeah. So I think it's really important. Like even like I really think it's important for anybody in whatever creative field they're doing to have that community, because I think that a lot of the times people don't want to work with each other because they feel like, that ego gets in like, oh, I don't want them to steal my sauce. Yeah, like I don't want them to be like taking my...
Like you can put your tag on it too?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it makes you better because like, I believe that we're all sharing one consciousness, you know what I'm saying? We're just having our different experiences in our bodies, right? So it's like, if you make that connection with somebody else where it's like your experience was different, but you have the same like passion, which is making music, we can learn from each other. Like you can definitely learn from somebody. You may not like them, but you can learn from anybody. Like so,
doesn't matter the age either, bro.
Yes.
You learn things from infants, how they take life so easy. Come on now, everything's a learning moment.
Yeah, you can really learn from anybody. So I think that's like one of the biggest things that has really helped my artist development and everything is just like finally finding like my peoples, like finding that like community where it's like work with these folk and be the best you to be, but also learn from other people who are being the best them they could be.
That part. And at the same time, those like minds gonna link up with different like minds, and like that community just keeps on growing. And making like crazy cool stuff. Like yes. What other projects that you got coming out? You started talking about it, but tell us a little bit more about it.
So yeah, I'm dropping something in like mid-February. Then I have
Why mid-February? Is it a love song?
No, it's not a love song. It's just because DistroKid, you gotta like make sure they got it together before you drop it. You know what's crazy? People be thinking like,
no, it's not us.
Yeah,
I would have had this out 2 weeks ago if it was up to me.
Yeah, I would drop it right now. But like, certain things you just gotta be smart.
No.
It's like DistroKid, the way social media works. Like, there's so many factors where that was also another thing that was like making me not want to put music out. There's so many factors to just like getting a song out. Like,
it's annoying.
Yes.
Real annoying.
Yes.
It's way easier to put a podcast out though.
Yes.
Like this could be out tomorrow. If I really wanted it to. It'd be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the type of programs that we use, it just allows us to put that information out to tomorrow.
Exactly.
Why they don't do that with music? There's something in there. Like
I think it has to do with like more like copyright stuff and just like making sure people get paid, because I have no idea why it's so like it takes. I think for DistroKid it takes like 3 weeks for the song to come out from the day that you drop like uploaded it. So that's why it's just like, and then, God forbid that something's wrong with the audio file. You will not know. You will not know until it gets uploaded, and then you hear something, and then you have to go back and like find a way to like
delete that,
bro. And it's like
every platform that it's on right
now they fixed it to where you can like re-upload like with like
like in the middle of the process,
right?
Oh,
there's like a new like there is a like thank you, because there's stuff that like even like people don't even know this, like when you upload a song to like different streaming platforms, it could sound totally different on each one of those platforms. So like my one song that I uploaded will sometimes sound different on Tidal than it does on Spotify.
I've noticed that.
Yes.
Like same songs we sound what?
Yes, I've uploaded the same song on SoundCloud and it sounds crazy on Spotify. I'm like, why does it sound like this? But it's also because like they have their own algorithm, they have their own way that they process. Like it's like, why is it so complicated? But yes, but
it is what it is.
Yes, dropping that in February. Then I have like 3 more other songs. I don't know when those are gonna drop. I have another song like collab with like my friend Bliss. We're gonna drop that when I finish mixing it. I gotta finish mixing that song. And
come on, Blitz.
Yeah, we're just gonna see where it goes. Like after this one, I'm gonna just try and keep the momentum of it going. But it's always kind of like one of those things where it's just like, I don't really plan releases like that because let's say tomorrow I make a song that precedes the one that I was about to drop after this, like that one's gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't really drop them in order. I drop them kind of like in a story format because some stuff that I'm going to be dropping now is going to be actually old stuff. So it's like, yeah, y'all think this is where I'm at right now? No. This is just where y'all are at in my reality, you know, right now. But
that part.
Yes.
Any performances coming up? I know like the first time I met you at Mola, you said that was the first time performing. Anything new ever since then? This was about 2.5 years ago.
Yes. I don't know. I have to see about performances because, like, I love to perform. I just have to, like, be very selective with performances because I want it to actually be more of, like, an exclusive thing because I don't want to tire out myself and everybody else. Like, there's an open mic every week. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like everywhere. Every week, every freaking day. So, like, my whole thing is, like, if I do a performance, it would be more so something where it's, like, an actual, like, curated thing where it's, like, a full-blown event than it would be just to be, like, going and perform. I feel like it would be more of an experience. I want to make experiences. Like, I don't want to just be, like, ooh, I'm gonna just go here, do this today, show up here, you know, like, yeah, intention, like, definitely is the goal, like, that's only, like, the main thing that keeps me on track, is, like, what is the intention behind this? Why are you doing this? There's no reason, don't do it, like, we don't do meaningless stuff, like, it just, time, you know?
Oh, man.
Time, yes.
Oh, man. Well, I really enjoyed speaking to you, man.
Yes, I did too.
Cannot wait till mid-February. I mean, could have had it today, but we'll wait till mid-February.
Then blame this
Damn,
one,
kid. Yo, tell everybody, where can we find you?
Okay, you can find me everywhere on every platform at Kaizen. So KARAKAIZEN. And that is my name. Like, I make sure I had that. Find me on freaking IMDU. I don't know, like, wherever it is, I'm there underneath that, okay?
Search engine.
No, numbers after is that. Like, I made sure, like, that was also another thing, too, where I was like, the name found me because nobody had that name. Like, I didn't have to put no numbers after it anywhere. Twitter didn't have to put no underscores, nothing. And I was like, yes.
That part.
Yes.
meant to be.
Yes.
Yo, the energy. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Until next time, guys. Vic Ashton here for the story, not the fame. Yo, good shit.
I just got a tattoo!
My fault.
I love that.
My fault.
I love that.
Oh man, what's the song's name?
What happened?
What the song's name that you put now?